Wow, what a piece of work. What a piece of work. Take me back. I'm sorry. It wasn't anything. It wasn't love. I love you. You do not love him if you're cheating on him with your coworker for a while.
Subject: She cheated, I filed, and she still came crawling back. Part 1. Hey man, my name is Jeff. I'm writing to you from Minnesota, and honestly, I found your channel one night while scrolling YouTube, trying to make sense of everything. It was late, I couldn't sleep, and I'd been Googling things like, why do women cheat? And why do cheaters come crawling back? I didn't expect to land on your videos, but once I did, I was hooked. I watched at least 6 of your uploads that night. Real stories, real pain, real clarity. It felt like I wasn't alone anymore. I saw all types of videos: male dating gurus, female relationship coaches, even a couple guys giving tips on how to make your cheating ex miss you or get her to come back crawling. But here's the thing: I didn't want her to come back. I wanted her to leave me the hell alone. I wanted to feel like I had control again. I wanted peace. But no matter how clear I made things, no matter how far I tried to distance myself, my soon to be ex wife Minnie just wouldn't let go. She begged, pleaded, showed up crying, screaming. It was like trying to outrun your own shadow. Let me back this up and tell you everything. Minnie and I had been married for just under 6 years. We met at a friend's backyard barbecue, and at the time, she was this charming, bubbly woman who seemed to light up every room. We clicked fast. I'm a laid back guy, blue collar, working HVAC, and I'm not flashy or anything. She liked that about me, or at least I thought she did. She said I was steady and the calm she needed. Things moved fast, and within a year and a half, we were married. For a while, everything seemed normal. We had some rough patches, money issues, her spending habits, some communication problems, but nothing that felt relationship ending. But about 5.5 years in, I started noticing weird shifts. Little things at first. She started guarding her phone like it was nuclear codes. She'd tilt it away from me when texting, silence it during dinner, which she never used to do. And her work hours got odd. Before, she'd work a consistent 9 to 5 at her job as a scheduler for a dental office. Now she was staying late a lot more, random lunch meetings that didn't make sense, and her attitude? Distant, snappy, almost like she was looking for reasons to fight. Then came the day that confirmed everything. It was a Tuesday. I remember it like it just happened. Minnie came home from work, looking off, nervous, twitchy, like someone who had something to hide. She didn't greet me like she usually did. No kiss, no smile, just a mumbled, "Hey," and she beelined straight to the bathroom. Wanted to shower immediately. Now Minnie wasn't the kind of woman to hop in the shower the second she walked in. Usually she'd pour a glass of wine, unwind, vent about work. But not that day. I even leaned in to kiss her, and she pushed me away. Said she was sweaty and needed to get cleaned up. That's when I noticed she left her phone on the kitchen counter. That was a red flag the size of Texas. For the past couple of months, that phone was glued to her hip. She'd even take it with her to the bathroom. Now it was just sitting there, unlocked. Well, not unlocked at first. I picked it up, and sure enough, the passcode had changed. She had never changed it before in all the years we'd been together. My heart sank a bit, but then I remembered something. Just a few days earlier, she'd hit a little four-way lottery and won around $900. She was giddy about it and kept repeating how those numbers, 4, 8, 12, 16, were her lucky numbers now. So I tried it, 4, 8, 12, and boom, I was in. I wish I could say what I found shocked me, but honestly, by that point I think I already knew. It was everywhere. Text messages with some guy named Alex, a coworker apparently, but not just texts. Facebook messages, Snapchats, pictures. I even found a damn screenshot of a Google Maps location pin where she said, "Be here around 2." Told Jeff I'm working late again. But the kicker? She didn't even go to work that day. She had been at this man's house, probably doing God knows what, while I sat there wondering what was wrong in our marriage. I waited until she came out of the shower. She came into the living room like everything was fine, in one of those fluffy robes she always wore after bathing. I looked her dead in the eye and said, "I know." She tilted her head like a confused dog. I said it again, louder. "I know, Minnie. I know about Alex. I know about the fake work shifts. I know you weren't at the office today." She tried to play dumb. "What are you talking about?" So I held up her phone. Her eyes went wide like I just pulled out a gun. "How the hell did you get into that? You invaded my privacy." She didn't even deny it at first. Her first reaction was to panic about how I got in. I told her I used her lucky numbers. That shut her up. I told her I was disgusted, that I wanted her to grab her stuff and get out, that she was free to be with Mr. Alexander, or whatever the hell his name was. She started crying, saying, "It was just sex. It didn't mean anything. I swear I don't love him. I love you, Jeff." She even dropped to her knees like we were in a damn soap opera, but I wasn't moved. I told her, "You did what you did. Now live with it." She packed a bag and left. As she walked out the door, she turned around and said, "You'll forgive me. I know you will. We'll go to counseling." I didn't say a word. I shut the door and locked it behind her, but that wasn't the end. Not even close. That night, the text messages started. First it was, "Please don't do this to us. It was a mistake. I can't live without you. I'll do anything. You're my husband. This was just a bump. He doesn't mean anything to me. I love you." It went on for days. Long paragraphs, desperate pleas, voicemails with her crying. Then one night, I got a Facebook message from Alex himself. I ignored it, but then a second one came. And this guy, wow, he told me that Minnie had told him she was in the process of leaving her husband and that she said we were basically separated already. Said she acted like she hated being married. He said he ended things with her once he found out she was lying about our relationship status. But the wildest part, he forwarded me a screenshot of one of her texts saying, "Jeff doesn't even touch me anymore. He's just there. I need affection. This is just for fun." So yeah, just sex, huh? A few days later, I sat down with a lawyer. He walked me through everything. Minnesota's a no-fault state, but that doesn't mean you don't pay a price. He said since we didn't have a prenup and had a shared account, everything would be divided. The house, community property, the money in the joint account, split. And get this, because Minnie was the one who didn't want the divorce and supposedly couldn't afford legal representation, the judge might order me to pay for her lawyer. I couldn't believe it. Cheat on me, lie to me, blow up our marriage, and I get the bill? Sure enough, a few weeks later, I got a notice from my attorney that Minnie had retained counsel and filed a response contesting the divorce. And yep, you guessed it, the judge said I had to pay for her attorney fees. Said it was to ensure equitable access to legal representation. I was furious. It felt like being kicked while you're already down. In the middle of all this, I had to sell our house. We both agreed to it. Well, she did after her lawyer probably told her she'd get half either way. We split the proceeds. I moved into a smaller place, just me and a mattress on the floor at first. But you know what? That first night alone, I felt a peace I hadn't felt in years. I wasn't waking up to lies. I wasn't doubting every word out of my spouse's mouth. I was free. The last real moment I had with Minnie happened a few weeks after the court stuff got moving. She showed up at my door, pounding and crying. "Jeff, don't do this to us. I know I messed up, but it was just sex, not love." She was screaming. Neighbors came out. I didn't answer. I sat inside, just sipping coffee, watching the door through the peephole. After a few minutes, she left. Later that day, I got another string of texts. Same recycled lines, same desperation. I didn't reply. Now the divorce is finalized. I paid more than I wanted, gave up more than I should have, but I'm free. She still texts occasionally, sends weird memes sometimes, or old photos of us from the good days. I ignore them. I told my lawyer to notify me if she files anything else. Otherwise, I'm done. But here's the kicker. This isn't the end. Not even close. Because a couple months after the divorce was finalized, Minnie did something wild. Something I'm saving for part 2 of this story. Trust me, you're going to want to hear it. Thanks for letting men like me share our side. Feels good just to write this down. Jeff. Subject, part 2. She really thought I'd take her back after all that. Hey, True. Thanks again for reading my first email. Like I said at the end of part 1, this is only the beginning of the madness. I knew when I hit send that night, I'd be writing you again. I just didn't expect Minnie to go as far as she did after everything. She put me through. This part of the story, it's even crazier than what led up to the divorce. I'll just jump right in. So, to recap a bit, because it's important for what comes next, I caught Minnie cheating with her co-worker, Mr. Alexander. She came home one day acting weird, ran to the shower like her life depended on it, and left her phone on the counter. I remembered her lottery win and guessed her new passcode. Got it right on the first try. What I found, sickening. Messages all over the place. Snapchat, Facebook, text, everything. Confirming not only was she cheating, she'd lied to my face about where she was that day. She wasn't at work. She was at his house. Of course, I confronted her, told her to pack her stuff and get out. She tried to spin it like it was just sex and meant nothing, but I was done. I filed for divorce, and even though she swore she'd come back and make things right, I wanted nothing to do with her. Still, I got hit with the usual legal circus, had to pay for her lawyer, sell the house, and split the bank account. Not fair, but I accepted it and moved on. Now here's where part 2 begins. Round 1, the drive-by. I had just settled into my new apartment in St. Paul. Nothing fancy, just a clean 2-bedroom spot with quiet neighbors and a landlord that minds his business. I remember it was a Saturday morning. I had just come back from Aldi with groceries, cracked open a protein shake, and turned on some basketball highlights. Then I heard knocking, and not just casual knocking. It was that kind of panicked, "Someone open this damn door" knocking. I froze. My gut told me it was her. I peeked out the peephole, and sure enough, Minnie. Hair all over the place, mascara running, standing there like someone just robbed her. I didn't open the door. I just stood there and watched. She started pacing, then knocking again, this time yelling, "Jeff, please open the door. I just want to talk." She stood there for over 10 minutes. I sat on the couch sipping my shake like she wasn't there. Finally, she left. I thought that was it. Nope. Round 2. The letter. 3 days later, I got a handwritten letter in my mailbox. I didn't even know she had my new address. Probably got it from the court paperwork. The envelope said Jeff in her loopy handwriting, and inside was a 6-page letter begging me to give her a second chance. Some highlights. I know I messed up, but it wasn't love. It was weakness. You're the man I've always wanted. I just didn't realize it until I lost you. I'm in therapy now, and my counselor said I need to make amends. And of course, please don't give up on us. I tossed the letter in a drawer and didn't respond. I wasn't about to let nostalgia or guilt make me forget what she did. But the thing is, when you give someone like Minnie silence, they don't take it as leave me alone. They take it as a challenge. Round 3, the fake emergency. 2 weeks later, I get a call from a number I don't recognize. I usually ignore those, but something told me to answer. "Jeff, it's me. Minnie, please don't hang up." I didn't say anything, just let her talk. She said she'd been in a car accident and needed someone to pick her up from the ER. I asked her why she was calling me. She had family, friends. She said she didn't want anyone else. She said I was the only one who ever made her feel safe. I hung up. Later, I called the hospital just to check. Turns out she had gone to the ER, but not for a car accident. She had a panic attack, drove herself there. Told the nurses her ex-husband abandoned her emotionally. I asked if she had been admitted. They said no, just observation. I thanked them and hung up. That was the last straw for me. I blocked her number. Again. Round 4, the surprise guest. Fast forward to a Saturday BBQ. A buddy of mine, Troy, was throwing a get-together at his place. Backyard, some drinks, burgers, the usual. I'm talking with this woman I had met through mutual friends. Nothing serious yet, just good convo. When Troy walks up to me, eyes wide. Bro, your ex is out front. I laughed, thought he was joking. No, seriously, he said. Minnie, she's in her car just sitting there, windows down, looking crazy. I stepped to the front of the house and sure enough, there she was, sitting in her little silver sedan, watching us like a damn stalker. I don't know how long she'd been there. Long enough to make everyone uncomfortable. Troy handled it for me. Told her she had to leave or he'd call the cops. She cried a bit but eventually drove off. I thought about changing my number, getting a P.O. box, and all of it. But the craziest part? She wasn't done. Round 5, the birthday scheme. A couple of months later, my birthday rolls around. I hadn't spoken to Minnie in a while. I had a few good things going for me. Promotion at work, down payment on a condo, and even started dating a new woman, Tasha. Things were calm. Then I get a notification from my leasing office. A package had arrived for me. I figured it was something from Amazon or my mom. I pick it up, and it's a box, handwritten label. Inside, a birthday cake. My favorite kind. Chocolate with peanut butter frosting. From Minnie, along with a photo album of our happier days and another note. We can still have a future, Jeff. Happy birthday. I tossed the cake and blocked her on every platform again. I mean everything. Facebook, Instagram, Venmo, even LinkedIn. But guess what? She made burner accounts. Round 6, burners and fake profiles. She started messaging me from random accounts. Jeffrey let me explain. 89 was the first. Then, many men's hearts. Some messages were apologetic. Some were angry. Some made no sense at all. I don't get how you could just throw me away. You never really loved me, if you could walk away that easy. I was lonely, Jeff. That's all it was. You pushed me away with how cold you got toward the end. That one got to me. Not because I believed it, but because it showed how far gone she really was. Instead of owning what she did, she tried to rewrite history. Tried to make it about my faults, my coldness, my so-called neglect. All while forgetting she was the one who stripped naked for a coworker, lied to me, then played dumb. Nah, I wasn't having it. Legal, round 2. Harassment and restraining orders. After months of this nonsense, I finally talked to my lawyer again. He told me to start documenting everything. Calls, texts, DMs, packages, drive-bys, all of it. Once I had enough, we filed for a harassment restraining order. She showed up to the court hearing crying, talking about how Jeff is overreacting and I'm just trying to save our marriage. The judge didn't buy it. Granted the order, 6 months, no contact. I felt relief for the first time in over a year. The aftermath and Minnie's final move so far. About a month after the restraining order, Minnie's cousin, who I still follow on social media, posted a photo of Minnie with some guy. No tag, no caption, just a photo. I figured she had moved on. Nope. Turns out she staged the photo to make me jealous. That guy, her cousin's friend who's married. She made up a fake new relationship just to get a reaction. I didn't respond. But here's the kicker. She still tried to reach out again through one of those anonymous Qanda apps. You know, the ones where you can send messages without revealing who you are. She said things like, "If you ever think about me, just know I think about you every day. You were the best man I ever had. I just didn't know how to be good enough for you. I ignored it all. Where I am now, I finally started sleeping better. My therapist says I'm healing. Tasha and I are still seeing each other slowly with no pressure. I'm rebuilding. I wanted to share this part of the story not because I want sympathy, but because I know there's someone else out there going through the same thing. A guy who thinks he's the crazy one for not wanting to take back someone who betrayed him, for not listening to the sob stories, for not falling for it was just sex excuses. Don't fall for it. You're not wrong for protecting your peace. Minnie made her choice, and now I'm making mine by finally closing this chapter of my life. But if you thought this was the end, well, you might want to wait for part 3, because guess what? Minnie showed up at my job last week. Yeah, that's a story for another day. Take care, Jeff.
OP, you did the right thing. Salute to you. I told you already. Salute, 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 man. You gotta move on and do your own thing. Guys, be like OP. As far as you find something out, you move quickly. You divorce her, you get out of that situation. Do not stay with someone who disrespects you. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments. I'm going to catch you guys at the next one. If you want to send in a story, send it to truestorynation@gmail.com. Here, I'll put it on the screen. That is truestorynation@gmail.com. I'll catch you guys at the next one.